Labguy here. This is PhiloCam project episode 9, part 4 of the sync generator in video format episodes. The sync generator is 99% complete. It's operating. It's producing video. I got pictures out of it yesterday for the first time. And as usual, there are issues. The synthesized pictures look okay on the oscilloscope. The grayscale pictures look terrible. They're not very bright. In fact, they're just completely dark. I can't see them. I am now 99% certain that the Z input of the oscilloscope is not designed for actually for analog video, linear video. It's really called an intensifier input, and it's generally driven with a square wave pulse when you're using the oscilloscope to look at some sort of timing, and you would feed a pulse from your equipment into there to highlight, brighten the trace on the region of interest. So a design like that would actually be designed to be non-linear so that it will stretch. It will distort the grayscale to either dark or light. So what I'm saying is that the oscilloscope is a less than ideal image display device. Having said that, we are getting pictures. That happened yesterday, and in a moment we will look at the original video that I shot yesterday. It's raw, it's 4 minutes long, and it demonstrates the board producing the images. You get a nice close-up look at the oscilloscope. I'd like to warn you right now that if you suffer from photoepilepsy, you may want to exercise caution, or at least have someone to assist you. If you watch this video, I cannot guarantee that it won't trigger an episode, and you've been warned. So watch with care, or don't watch the video. There's a link below to the project page at my website, which I will update in a day or two, and you can go there and look at the still images, which are very misleading in the fact they look great. There's no hint of the flicker, of course, and the image quality comes through. These are low resolution compared to standard definition television, and so it gives you a unique chance to see a lower definition television system than standard def. In our modern age, we are used to television, and the goal of my project was to create a system that will produce an approximation of what Philo Farnsworth and his team saw in their lab in 1927 when they were making their first camera tube and display. Understand that at that time they did not have a white phosphor. They had green phosphor, which is a zinc. It's a zinc salt, and is the common phosphor you find in older oscilloscopes called P1, possibly P2. P2 has a slightly longer persistence than P1 and would probably be a better choice for a display. I have one P2 CRT in my collection, which I might try. Also, moving on from this point, I will be attempting to integrate the robot research slow scan television viewfinder monitor, which runs at this scan rate. It was my inspiration for trying this. I wanted to make a camera that's unique using the image dissector tube. If I make another 525 line 30 frame interlaced camera, most people wouldn't be impressed. So I wanted it to be unique in that it has a square format, a square aspect ratio. Runs at 15 frames per second so that you can see television flicker. We read about it all the time, we hear about it. Modern systems don't really display any visible flicker. And so it was necessary to produce a system so that these qualities could be shown to people so that they could appreciate them directly for themselves. You will see flicker as it was recorded. It's not quite the same as seeing it in person. The 15 cycle per second certainly flickers, but is not as bad as I expected. It's not good, but it's not nearly as bad as I expected. You could watch this system for a while without too much eye strain. So without further ado, let's go to yesterday's video and have a look. These are the first pictures we've gotten out of the sync generator with image memory. It's April 29th, 2019. It is 6:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I've been making pictures now for about 20 minutes here. The video output level is low for what the scope wants to see on its Z-axis input. So most of the pictures are dark. So let's look at the title screen. It looks okay. That's 15 frames per second, being recorded at 30 frames per second. It's a little bit flickery to the eye. There's a sweeping, like a sweeping dark bar, but it's not as bad as I expected. It wouldn't be pleasant to watch for long, but I suppose in the absence of any other type of video system, one could get used to watching video at this rate. It would probably cause a great deal of eye strain. This is picture 0 in the memory. Picture 1 of Philo Farnsworth is very dark, hard to see. That was picture 2, really. Picture 3 is the Indian head test pattern. It's because of its amount of white, it's kind of bright here. The next picture is the Laurel and Hardy picture, which is extremely dark, but you'll note the white band at the bottom where the text is located, and remarkably the text is readable. This is a picture of yours truly, but it is very hard to see. This is the chicken head. We're going to go back and we're going to look at the histograms of the data files themselves. But the first thing I'm going to try is to increase the voltage reference to the D to A converter so that it puts out 2 volts of video, or between 2 and 3 volts, and we'll see if the oscilloscope likes that better. I can always add a level control downstream from that, and it's probably better that we output a much higher signal from the D to A in the first place. This is the picture of the Indian head lithophane. You can just make out the headband and some of the feathers. And now we've reached position 8 and 9 on the selector switch, which is a binary coded decimal. And it has stepped through the 8 pictures, and then on 9 and 10 it repeats the first 2. In the finished design, 9 and 10 will switch, positions 8 and 9 will switch to the image dissector tube video. That is the first visible video from the frame grabber board. I know we're not white balanced. That's the board over there in the test position.
and it is operating.
So that was yesterday, and as I said before that clip, today I will begin working on integrating the robot research monitor and see if it has a better grayscale rendition. I examined the image files yesterday in Paint Shop and looked at their histograms, and the grayscale distribution is fine. There should be no problems. Those files actually fill the entire dynamic range, and yet if they're grayscale pictures, they don't look good on the oscilloscope. So my next area of research is to find out why that is. So thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please click the thumbs up. I mean, how can you not thumbs up one of my videos? There is no other videos on YouTube like this. And besides, look at this face. This face loves thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel, please. Click the bell icon so that you get notifications. I don't think my videos are getting recommended because of the low number of views. Extremely unique topic matter. Think about that. You're in a very small club of people. That makes you very unique. And tell your friends. Spread the word. You must know somebody who would just be amazed by this. So, until next time, Labguy out. Go to credits already.